Hello there. Oh god. Anyway, coming up on Twitter was like somebody put a brief segment on a video that Lloyd Evans must have put up yesterday, and I'll play the bit for you because it's quite funny. But this is from a channel called Random Cedars. And I remember him talking about setting this up, you know, a number of years ago. In fact, when did the first one go up? 2 years ago. So I do remember him talking about this, saying that, you know, he's going to do a video, he's going to set up a channel which has been like going to be like stuff, nothing to do with Jehovah's Witnesses. Which is a bit the way his channel's going at the moment when he's getting his own daughter on and then talking about Mormons. It's got nothing to do with Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, so I do remember him starting it, and I just thought to myself at the time, I think somebody's taking themselves too seriously here. You know, when you're moving on from thinking that you can now be a vlogger, and he was asking everybody to go over and subscribe to his new channel. Obviously his new channel, he's only got 754 subscribers. And if you don't, I'll just explain this to everybody who doesn't know this, but you used to, but you can't anymore. You can't monetize your YouTube videos if you've got less than 1,000 subscribers. So it means you can put up some of the most brilliant content ever, and it could maybe get watched 1 million times, and you don't get a penny for it. You know, despite it being your own product or whatever, you know, it could go viral. You won't get paid a penny because you need to have it's 1,000 subscribers in YouTube for YouTube to say, well, we're going to pay you a bit of money there. So needless to say is he only's got 754 subscribers, and I haven't gone through all the rest of the videos, thank God, because it is going back to, it's mostly sort of things to do with Star Wars, Star Trek, and then going to on the beach with him and his children and Mrs. Evans back in the days where they were, you know, he was sort of building up this image of being a happy family man. I do remember him saying when he started off the channel that he was going to explain, you know, why he loves Manchester United, my love of Manchester United. And of course I was a season ticket holder for 19 years, so I just thought, you know, I don't really need to know why you like Manchester United, because literally I've gone all over Europe watching United. And I was even in Moscow in 2000, it was 2008. I get confused because I was in the Nou Camp in 1999 to see United win the European Cup. I was actually there. My son had just been born, and I said to my wife, any chance we could go to Barcelona? And she kindly agreed that I could go. You know, I booked the trip, and my son was 2 weeks overdue, so it, you know, I was quite looking forward to seeing him. If he hadn't been born before I was due to go on the flight, I wouldn't have gone. But luckily he arrived through a C-section, and I was able to be there and spend the day, and then the next day literally I buggered off. Any women watching this are now going, oh my god, how can you do that? But I was there for the birth, and I was back literally a couple of days later. Literally I went over for 2 days and came back, so I came back in time to pick my son and my wife up from the hospital and to bring them home, to bring our son over, you know, through the door for the first time. And so I missed out on all the bits the next day where everybody turns up and not interested in seeing the dad, and you just want to see the mum and the baby. So I was there for the first day. The most, and the birth, which is massively important. I would not have gone if and it actually sums up my son. He is a bit of a procrastinator. I think it's obviously it was built into his genes. He always puts things off to the very last moment. So anyway, where was I again? So anyway, yeah, I was in the Nou Camp in 1999, and I also got to see United playing in Moscow. I think it was in 2008 when we beat Chelsea on penalties, which is actually on my son and my videos. If you check YouTube and put in Tell and Benji, if you put in Tell and Benji, you'll actually see all the videos that I used to do when I used to take my son to Old Trafford. And he wasn't at Moscow, obviously, but I did take him a lot of other places. But I didn't need to watch Evans talk about his love as Manchester United, because I doubt he'd ever been to a game, to be honest with you. And me and my son had season tickets for a long, long time. So I never bothered watching any of this because I just thought it was a little bit too much. However, you'll be overjoyed to know that after taking a break for a year, that he is back. He is back. And the video we put up, which lasts 12 minutes and 24 seconds, I literally have only listened to bits of it because it's a little bit shit, because it's just talking about playing a game of football. Bizarre, because up until an injury I recently had, I used to play every week as well. Let's do a vlog about every game of football I play. It's just bizarre, as though somebody would be interested in this. Well, not a lot of people interested in it. It's only had 176 views. For, like I said, for having 754 subscribers shows that, yet again, similar to his other channel, that despite having loads of subscribers, nobody can be arsed watching this useless fat bastard anymore. Anyway, interestingly, two interesting, I haven't listened to all this, but I've just picked out two bits that I could only put up with. Is this bit? I just wanted to play this bit. This is quite funny. If you listen to this bit. Here we go.
He said, just calm down. And I just turned to him and I said, we're all just trying to score, mate, you know?
So basically, that's probably his problem, because he is trying to score, usually off the pitch more than on the pitch. Yes, so apparently when he played football the other day, he didn't get to score, so maybe he should have paid some of the young men, because apparently he's playing with younger people, and maybe should have paid some of the younger men to allow him to score, a little bit like he did when he went to Thailand. And then there's this other bit. Now this is the funniest bit, because he was asked to go in goals. Now when I play football, everybody takes 5 minutes in goals, but he's coming up with this excuse why he can't go in goals, and this is the excuse. So we'll just zoom up to this bit.
Genuinely have an arm problem at the moment.
Hold on, let's go back here.
Truth be told, without going into my medical details too much, I do genuinely have an arm problem at the moment on my right arm, and if I move it in the wrong way, which sometimes you don't have any control over in a split second, it causes excruciating pain. So I just the first time they started looking at me, I said, I'm sorry, I've got an arm injury. And then they pressed me on it, and I said, seriously, on my right arm I have muscle weakness. And then they were like, okay, and they moved on. And I thought they're going to ask again, you know.
Bizarrely, he's even arguing with people for the reason he can't go in goal. He doesn't want to basically put in a shit. But apparently he's got a muscle weakness on his right arm, so he can't score, and he's got a muscle weakness in the right arm. And depending which the way he moves his arm. This is a banana, by the way. It's not representation of little Lloyd. Hold on, have I got? Hold on, maybe about this. So anyway, obviously you can imagine that he has a muscle weakness, because he's not scoring at the moment, and funds are drying up. He's having to well, anyway, pull that banana back. So anyway, I just thought it was really, really funny, that for somebody who says he doesn't have full mastery over his penis, somebody who's got like a wasting disease, a muscle problem on his favourite right arm. Oh dear. Anyway, that was just it. That was it. I just thought I'd do that. So if you want to crack over to Random Cedars, if you put a search into the YouTube channel, YouTube bar Random Cedars, you'll find this, and there's the profile picture is a picture of him wearing a hat. Probably think he's looking rather debonair or whatever, but he at least just looks like a bit of a cock, to be honest with you. So yeah, I just thought I'd do that. I didn't want to spend a long time on this video. It tickled me personally. It just tickled me a little bit. And for those who may be thinking, when's this guy going to finish his song? I tried to finish this song about castles. We don't build castles anymore, and literally I wrote a few more lyrics. I started to try and play them, and literally I couldn't speak the lyrics because unfortunately I'm too close to the content of the song, which is about me and my son, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So I was hoping that I'd actually come on here and actually play it, but I know I'd have a, you know, in like a Workshy Evans moment where, you know, fake tears, I would actually have genuine tears, and you don't want to see me breaking down on the camera. So at some point, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to have to just do a proper recording of it, and then do videos, you know, do video for it, and then do it that way, because I can't sing it at the moment because it breaks my heart. It's as simple as that. So I don't want to well up. I can feel myself going at the moment, so I don't want to do it. So yes, I have worked on the song, but unfortunately I will not be able to sing it because I'm too emotionally invested in it. I could really, it's one of these songs that you should give to somebody else and say, they're the lyrics, I'll play along, and you can sing it. A bit like what Pete Townsend did with Roger Daltrey, and what Richard Thompson out of Fairport did to for Sandy Denny and E. Matthews. Sorry to quote Fairport Convention again, but they are, you know, my thing at the moment. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to be doing some gardening at somebody's house this afternoon. I suppose allegedly it's brightening up, but I have my doubts, and then tomorrow I'm driving again. Anyway, see you later. Enjoy your day, and yeah, random to Cedars. You know, 176 views. Come on, you know, let's try and improve that rating, oh dear. And actually, I'm thinking about it, because this is a different channel. This may be the case. It can actually go onto Random Cedars for all of us who are actually what's it called, banned from the official channel. That maybe you can actually go into this channel and leave some comments. You know, trying to give an explanation of why he may have muscle wasting in his right arm. Just a thought. Just a thought. Anyway, bye bye.